Sim racing can be a very expensive hobby, with even entry-level equipment starting at around £200. Today we're going to be exploring an affordable option for those seeking a balance between quality and cost. Today's product is the Muge Racing USB Simulator Shifter, compatible with Logitech G29, G27, G25, G920, Thrustmaster T300 RS, GT steering wheel, sequential H-gear shifter, compatible with ATS, ETS, DUS, WRC, Sim Racing Games 6 Plus R. If that doesn't make sense to you, it's basically just a cheap generic USB shifter from Amazon. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be diving into the world of affordable sim racing with the Muge Racing USB Simulator Shifter. Before we get started, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more sim racing content, and let's get into it. Now, we all love a good deal, right? The Muge Shifter comes in at a wallet-friendly £66, making it a very compelling option compared to its competitors like the Logitech Driving Force Shifter, assuming you'll be playing on PC, so you'll also need the Leo Bodnar USB cable to make it compatible for your PC. I think the TH88 and the Fanatec Club Sport Shifter are just out of the price range compared to the Muge Shifter and the Logitech, so for today's video, we won't be including them in any reference points. Now, let's see if the Muge delivers on both cost and its performance. Jumping into the construction of the Muge Shifter boasts an all-metal exterior, a stainless steel inner structure, and a carbon fiber shifter head. Now, let's be real, it might not be genuine carbon fiber, but the weight and feel it has, it definitely adds to the immersion. Now, speaking about that, you don't actually get any other shifter knobs with the Muge Shifter. Now, if you compare this to the likes of the Fanatec Club Sport Shifter, for example, when you purchase that, you get a circular knob head and you get a more upright, this is just awful to say, but you get a more straight one for sequential shifting, for example, in rally cars or anything like that. But with the Muge Shifter, you only get a circular one, but the mount seems to be a generic size. So if you go onto eBay or Etsy, I'm sure you can find either 3D printed variables, or you can find kind of cheap aluminum or cheap metal kind of constructed real life shifter knobs. So you should be able to just pick one up for cheap and just screw it straight onto it. However, the shifter knob that is included does have a bit of a weight and heft to it, so it definitely adds to the overall immersion and the experience of the whole shifter. The attention to detail in its construction definitely gives it a premium feel, but without the premium price tag. Now, in comparison to the Logitech, its exterior is made entirely of plastic, giving it a bit of a children's toy feel and doesn't really kind of add anything to your immersion. I will say, comparing these shifters is almost like night and day. The Logitech feels like a bit of a wet sock, to be honest with you, with minimal resistance, so minimal that your pinky can basically do the shifting for you, while the Muge Shifter offers a more satisfying spring-loaded mechanism that requires a bit of force to change gears. Well, when I say a bit more, actually a lot more force is required. Around 1.1 kg of force is needed for the Muge Shifter, whereas the Logitech is so little it's not even worth measuring. The tactile feedback from the Muge Shifter adds a level of precision and engagement that is noticeably absent in its Logitech counterpart. Mounting the Muge Shifter varies depending on your rig. Aluminium profile users have the flexibility to bolt it securely anywhere. Obviously, you could possibly bolt the whole world to your 80/20 rig if you wanted to, they're that secure, while users with a more minimal or a lightweight rig might need to look at an additional mount. Keep in mind that there are mounting holes directly underneath the shifter, so if you do have some sort of a plate, screws are included in the box, so you can mount it directly to the plate underneath the shifter. Now, let's compare this to the Logitech shifter, which has a little easier and a straightforward mounting process, using its two plastic clamps that will grip onto basically most rigs or surfaces pretty effortlessly, to be honest with you. Delving into the user experience and the long-term durability of the Muge Shifter, the all-metal construction not only contributes to the shifter's weight, but also enhances its durability. It's essential to consider how a shifter holds up over time, as the Muge seems to stand to the test. Giving it a good test while playing EAWRC, slamming through the gears, and it seems to hold up well over the past few days that I've had it. No pieces of metal inside the shifter plate seems to be bending. Now, the Muge also has a neat little trick up its sleeve. A small piece of plastic that transforms this from a 6-speed H-pattern shifter to a sequential shifter. Perfect for rally games or high-performance cars. Unlike the Logitech, which requires Etsy mods for the Switch, the Muge makes this switch such a breeze. Now, of course, at this price point, there are a few downsides that might be avoidable if you're willing to get crafty. The Muge can be a bit noisy due to its construction, so if you're a late night racer, this shifter definitely isn't for you. The sound of the shifter hitting against the faceplate can be a drawback for those seeking a more quieter gaming experience. Additionally, switching between H pattern and sequential modes requires remapping controls each time, whereas shifters like the SHH Newt 2 have separate controls for H pattern and sequential. And of course, sorry to my console players out there, this shifter is specifically for PC, so no support for Xbox or PlayStation. In conclusion, the Muge Racing USB shifter is a budget-friendly option that elevates your sim racing experience. If the noise isn't a deal breaker for you, it's definitely a solid choice to consider. The Muge's combination of affordability, build quality, and versatile functionality makes it a competitive option in its price range, as I don't think anything really comes close to it. I personally recommend the 6 Plus reverse layout. That's the one I have attached to my rig, but they also do have a 7 Plus reverse, so if you're into that, then definitely go and check that out also. Thanks so much for watching today's video. I'd appreciate if you drop a like on the video if it helped you out and gave you some information. Please remember to hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next race. Thanks for watching. Peace.